the noise in the outside is too much, I will happily mute, so,
I don't hear any at the moment, Mary Ellen. If anybody
okay.
else does, we'll let you know. Okay. So good afternoon. This is the second weekly meeting of
I'm on the call. Sorry,
Okay, that was loud. Of
sorry.
Team Canada expansion. So I'm so glad that you were able to accommodate my need today. And we do need to talk about whether 3 o'clock would work for everybody going forward or 4 o'clock, which I can't make once a month. But I can also change that, I think. It's not a have to, it's a want to networking meeting. So anyway. So, wow, I've had quite a week. I don't know about you folks, but what I want to do is have people check in. What I've got here is how many contacts have you made so far, how many ABCs, and how many people are actually in the process after watching Mike's launch training. You know, we can talk to 1,000 people, but if nobody agrees to get educated, they're not really in the process. So how many people are saying, yes, I want to know about the products, the business, and the company? So, and also we'll talk about um, the book club. I'm excited that many of you are in that book club, and if you're not, I would seriously look at it. We've got till a week next Wednesday because next Wednesday is the kickoff call, so there won't be a book club call. If you've already read the book, be good to review it, and it's always good to do things together. It's not mandatory, but it would be super. Okay, and the daily method of operation. Remember the 20 points a day, that chart that I sent you that Sherry had made, the spreadsheet. It's such a good guide um, to aim for 20 points a day. That really means you are doing things that are results producing activities during the week, and notice that you get 20 points when somebody on your team goes silver, so that's pretty cool. I guess when you go silver too, you get that. So I know most of you are silver, but it's one, I think Marissa is executive at the moment and she's pretty new. Okay, so those are the things I wanted to talk about, plus the homework that Jeff recommended, that 5 minutes twice a day, because this is probably one of the most important things, and I don't think it's on the 20 points a day, is that we visualize with all our senses, just get into a quiet place. It doesn't have to be a deep meditation. It can be walking. It can be just before you go to sleep, where you visualize and you sense and you feel your goal fulfilled. Okay. And the excitement of that and um, just how that's tingly. It really is a great feeling. And we know that everything starts in the mind. And when we can clearly visualize and have that picture in our mind so crystal clear, repeated, 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 because don't forget, we've got many years of old school programming, whether it's you're not good enough, or this is too hard, or people don't want to hear about this, or all those people said no. Whatever it is, we have those monkeys that sit on our shoulder and whisper in our ear. It could have been from school, parents, it could just be ourselves, where we have those negative thoughts. So I think some of you studied Shad Helmstedter's book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, and that's a retraining of the brain so that you have that positive energy. So before we do the check-in, anybody have any comments about what I've said so far, or questions? What ifs? How abouts?
Um, I'm, I'm,
Paula?
yeah, I'm listening to, I've got the 10X book
Mm-hmm.
by, Grant Cardone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've got an audio book on that. So every time I'm
That's
in the
good.
car, I'm listening to that. So,
Brilliant, Paula. And I think Michael made a point of that too. He does often, because your car can be your school, right? If you've
yeah,
got things hooked up to whatever you're playing. And that's what I did when I first got started, because I had a car and it was CDs, and then it was no, it was
no,
tapes, then
it
tapes,
was
then
cassettes.
CDs,
Yeah.
cassette tapes, then CDs. And that was so valuable because when I was first building up north, I was driving sometimes 200, 300 miles each way to do in person wellness previews and so on. So yeah, even if you're only driving 10 minutes, that can make a difference. Or if you're out walking, I don't like earbuds, but if you're out walking and you've got something like that going, how many do that? How many listen to, you don't even have to be walking or in the car. How many listen to something every day or read something every day? Mary
Yeah.
Ellen, I see you shaking your head.
Yeah.
Paul, what about
I'm
Paul?
reading Think and Grow Rich and The Answer.
Yes.
Both
Good.
right now.
Okay. Super. So we're all on the right page there. What are you reading right now, Leo?
Think and Grow Rich.
Mm-hmm. En français, naturellement, oui.
Yeah, en français. Think and Grow Rich in French. And just and I have a book for the night before the bed, and another book for the get up, recommended by Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, just I go get it. Just a minute.
Okay. All right. Let's wait for that. Anybody else got some great books they're in right now that are really positive and helpful? This
You
is
can have it
called
in English, sure.
La science de l'enrichissement. C'est par
Wait, by
Me-
Wallace D.
Wallace.
Wattle.
Wattles. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
S-
Yes.
Mike,
Wallace
that's
D.
my
Wattles. Yeah.
that's morning when I get up. I read a chapter of that. It's very good. And before the bed, the
Le pouvoir.
power of wellness. Not wellness.
Goddard. Oh, Neville Goddard is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's Mike's favorite
Yeah.
go-to person too. Great.
That's
But you are a
night.
wonderful example. That's really good. Bookends on your day. Wake up, read something. Before you go to sleep, read something, and you're setting your mind up during your subconscious up while you're sleeping.
And when I walk,
Powerful. Mm-hmm.
I listen 30 minutes. I walk every morning. I listen to video, audio.
I was gonna
When I
say,
walk.
listening to a video, that's good. Yeah, great. So what was the one you listened to today?
I have a motivation video in French.
Okay.
Every morning I do my miracle morning. You know, miracle morning.
Yeah.
I check. You have a book on that miracle morning for networker. Nice book.
Great.
Miracle morning for networker, except for the network marketing. The guys explain.
So
That's
Leo, when you were a plumber, were you doing this kind of reading?
I read the newspaper, bad news. I watch the radio, bad news, TV, bad news, always on bad
Yeah.
news anyway. And I'm depressed.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I want to acknowledge that you have really created a new environment for your mind, which is really showing up in your work. And, the first Royal Diamond in Quebec is shining through.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I was
Anybody
gonna say,
else? Yes.
My
Risky is
friends
the
would-
New Safe by Randy Gage. Mike had mentioned Randy Gage. I kind of
Yep.
looked his stuff up. Risky is the New Safe.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to take risks if we're going to create, right? Your safe zone is comfortable, perhaps, but the magic is outside of that.
I use my gym time to listen to catch up on any Zooms I might have missed, or
Mhm.
also Mel Robbins I'm on her
Yeah.
list, so she has a lot of good stuff.
She
That,
does. Yeah.
So, and when I'm out walking, I do use my earphones. So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I now have absolute belief and faith in all of you to reach your goals. This is what winners do. They listen to good stuff. They don't listen to the depressing, negative stuff. They exercise. And I know, Maureen, you spend a lot of time at the gym, and Leo, you're out walking every day.
Only 2 days.
Yeah, I was walking today, but I've got more to do before the day is done. And yeah, Michelle, you're always working. Gardening, lifting, pulling, all of that. So that's great. We have a super group here. So I have no doubt that by the end of September, everybody will have at least one silver. And that comes from finding those executives first, though, right? Going and using that process that Mike talked about and not skipping a step. It is a recipe. It is a recipe. So, and that's why we have the Rhythm of the Business every week, either recorded or in person. Have somebody, recognize what we cover in Balanced Life, Happy Life. And then a product training like the brand night. And those are all archived. Sherry has all those archived, so you can go in and look for a topic. And then 3-ways. Okay, so let's start with that. How many of you have done a 3-way this week? Lynn, how many?
I did one, but I will share with the group. I think this couple that I just sponsored, it fits exactly to this rhythm what Mike did. And I'm going to just share it very briefly. They were introduced when they lived in Hamilton to me through being nearby, and they bought a water system. But I just opened the door when they moved to Edmonton. In the moment when it was time to reorder their filters, when I followed up, we started further conversation. I've asked them if the business part is of any value to them that we can explore, and they said yes. So at that time, what I did is I just spent a little bit of time with them, but I've sent them the Mike's video, the happy.
Balanced life.
Yeah, the
Balanced
one we
Life,
do
Happy
on
Life, yeah.
Tuesday. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That really got them interested. Then I had one more conversations with them myself, and then we had a first ABC with Mike. It started out with them asking about product, even though my conversation prior was, yes, products are absolutely a consequence of the business, and that aspect is there's no income if the product is not sold. That's part, but our biggest product is, of course, the business. And what I found myself, oh my God, how do I interrupt Mike? Mike started talking. He's all of a sudden surprised. And so I did, and we redirected him to talk about business. It turned out great. And then we had a call today. Today was absolutely perfect to what Mike is teaching us. So our call today was totally about business. Mike used almost the same presentation that he did for us on Thursday, but he tailored and just used certain slides with them. And we're now at the stage that we might even have Mike going in September when he visits Michelle. So in the meantime, now we have a launch. I have a lot of work with them. So this week I spent probably, and this is the process, we want to put them through that as quickly as possible for their sake and everybody's, I think for their benefit mostly. So we are now at that stage that we are just preparing the numbers so that they go gold in the next 30 days. And they are right now at the senior level. Well, that was what Mike proposed. Let's do it because they gave me the number what they want to earn. They gave me the number. They gave their why. They were very clear on that. They're very united. So if I can say, most of my week this week was focused on that, because in respecting what they need, we all need to know where they are, what do we offer them right now. So that it was just as in the books from the start to the end.
Well done,
Yes,
Lynn.
yes,
That's
and
great.
it's nice to experience that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's almost now I'm saying, I know what to do with the next one every step of the way.
Right. But I really want to acknowledge that you started that by following up with them when they were customers.
Yes.
And you opened that business conversation. So I don't know if the rest of you have thought about contacting customers and, having that invitation really for having them to look at the whole picture, because, if they love the products, that might have piqued their interest in more. So well done, Lynn. So that they're senior at the moment, are they?
Absolutely.
Pardon?
And are you frozen?
I don't think so.
Maggie's
Yeah,
frozen.
Maggie froze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still frozen?
You
I
froze for a
don't
sec.
feel frozen. Am I open now? So
You're
Lynn,
open now.
They are
And I
senior.
can see, guys, I can see enthusiasm with Mike wanting to expand. It shows in his voice, his comfort, and to go he offered, I never thought he would. I could come in September, a day before he goes to Michelle's in Winnipeg. That would be just absolutely perfect. So now it's my responsibility to see if I can get him to launch really faster because of the time constraint.
This is in
Okay.
Edmonton you're talking about? Edmonton?
Edmonton, Alberta.
So let us know when this is set up because, yeah, you would,
It
I'm
would
sure
be
you'd
set
like.
up. We already have the dates. We just got to have enough numbers. It would be hold on, what did I write down? The 11th of September.
September 11th.
Hey.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's easy to remember.
Is
Yeah.
our date. That's
Michelle, he said to me he would go there first and then come to Winnipeg to your event.
oh, I see. Okay.
So that's how he wanted to do it. He would do both provinces at the same time.
on the
We
same
have
day.
several customers
September.
in Edmonton that we can work
Yeah.
with to see if they would
But
like
I
to.
mean, it has to be really settled because Michelle thought he was coming on the 11th. If you've been telling people the 11th, Michelle, that shouldn't be changed.
No, it's not changing. He's doing he had the date for you, Michelle, and he's doing it the day before.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So he'll
So
be
he
in
would do
Edmonton
it-
on the 10th.
10th? Is it the
On
10th?
It could be that he got the dates wrong. He's talking about I'm going to be in Winnipeg. I could go there a day before or after. So
Okay.
he would combine both events.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
So
let
any
you know, 'cause
contact,
we could plug in.
yeah.
And
yeah,
Edmonton
any-
has no NICAN active distributors other than customers, as far
That's
as
right.
Mike knows.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct. For our
Yeah,
team
so
anyway.
great opportunity for all of us to think Edmonton. I just met somebody from Edmonton. Cool.
My sister-in-law's out there and she's a customer.
Okay,
I've
great.
already reached out to her. She doesn't want to be a consultant, but she's actually been talking to people when they ask her about something she's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be a connector.
Good. Great. Well, let's make it a big event for Mike because he deserves it. Canada deserves it, and all our contacts deserve it.
That'd
Thank
be
you.
great. Then you know what, my couple or the customer consultants would get encouragement to have
Yes.
the numbers. And Mike did not put minimum numbers, but I know where we need to be for him to be worthy to go out there.
Good.
And so I need probably help from your guys to this probably is Maggie my first big launch, and it's a little bit more challenging for me because it's the distance. I have to do everything on Zoom, but I'm getting my
Yeah.
confidence up when I
Good.
speak to them now. It's they've never missed a call. They never missed replying when we have something going on. I already committed that we will debrief
Hello.
tomorrow. Yeah, and we will. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to start moving them along.
Sorry, I'm on a.
I just muted Mary Ellen there. Yeah, good. Well, this is what we call the ideal prospect. It sounds like, they've followed the recipe. They've actually joined, right? And
Yes, they are consultants. They are seniors.
Okay, good. So they've
Senior
got,
level.
might want to talk to them about getting to executive before the end of the month as a pre-launch for because that, explain the benefits to them. I mean, they'll be getting an extra 5% rebate.
I'm
And
going to talk to them about that tomorrow. They happen to take they went to New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island, and guess what? They talked already to somebody there. So it's great. And they got some activities coming up already in July as far as in a community where they know there's 200 people. What do we do? They're asking us already about that.
yeah, good.
So I will open that door. We didn't discuss that today. Actually, our call was an hour and a half
Mhm.
with Mike today.
Great. Well, I
Mhm.
think it it behooves you as their sponsor to open that door because they
Yes.
may not know the benefit for getting to
Yes.
the executive level this month.
I will do that tomorrow. Thanks, Maggie.
Okay, Great.
Absolutely.
And I'm always happy to do a three-way, as I'm sure other people on the call are as well. I started at the executive level for a couple of reasons because I really saw the benefit of the products, even though I didn't have the results of the products, but I was convinced of their their value by the person who sponsored me. And I also wanted the tax benefit, which was huge. And I wanted that to be part of my business story. So I invested at executive, and within 3 months, I had that totally returned in income. And of course, that set the stage because I could honestly say to people, this is what I did. And we didn't
And
have
that-
packs, so I had to put everything, and it was $5,000 back in the day, and we had to put everything together ourselves. So
Well,
it wasn't as easy.
The thing is, if they go executive by the end of the month, they'll get free shipping on the stuff. When
Well,
I
they
got,
they get free shipping on the packs anyway, but yes, anything that they order will be free shipping, which is a big bonus,
yeah,
especially the air unit.
yeah. How much is the air unit to ship?
$75 or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
When I got started, I was totally not interested in the business. And so I bought some stuff, and then I bought some more stuff, and I bought some more stuff. And if somebody would have explained the compensation plan to me, and I told the lady I was not interested in the compensation plan, but in the first 3 months, I ended up spending $11,000. That could have been
It could have been an
bronze.
investment rather than an expenditure. I think that's where our language
Yeah.
really comes in. We don't talk about spending money. Nobody wants to spend money. But if they're investing in a business and we can show them the return on that investment, that's the key. And also tax benefits, because anything that they do, anything that they did already to check this out, any postage, any mileage, any petrol, any of that is tax deductible. Setting up their office, and they may not know that. So those are things that can be really helpful for people so that they open their eyes and their ears to the benefits of a home-based business.
Mike actually touched that upon with them. He talked about his, and I have a home office we write off, and it really got their attention because
good.
he is doing real estate, so it's sort of very easy to understand that. So that was a really caught their attention. I definitely,
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Okay, all really good stuff, Lynn. So
Matt?
you're gonna have the first executive this month. I feel it.
I'm good, absolutely. And next month, we're going for gold.
All right, that
Fun.
is very
Okay.
exciting. Oh my gosh, that's going to really help the overall team goals that we have as well. That's wonderful. Did we
Maggie, I
lose?
wanted to say something. Sorry, I don't want this to stop anybody's momentum, but the waterfalls are on back order till the end of July.
Yes, I
That's
know.
okay.
Just
That's
keep
okay.
track of
Why?
that. We
Why?
have other things. Nobody knows. Well, Emma didn't know.
Well, it's, the good news is they're flying off the shelves and it's supply chain, it's sometimes difficult. And I think people will understand that. I mean, my son bought a mattress and he didn't, or was it a bed? I can't remember. He didn't get it for 5 months and he paid for it up front. So I don't think it'll be
Yeah.
a deterrent as long as people understand the value and the investment of that, the positive side of that. But thank you, Paul. And, we do, I don't know if you can operate the digital hand, Paul, but that helps because then my attention
Yeah.
is drawn to who wants to speak next. But if
I
that,
can't on the phone. I can on the computer, but not the phone, I don't think.
okay, great.
Sorry.
Appreciate it. All right. No problem. No problem. So that's great, Paul, or Lynn, what a great start for us. Okay. And I don't want anybody saying, how can you follow that? I just want to hear, so you've got one ABC, Paula, and you've got a couple that are totally invested in the process. And how many contacts have you done this week?
I did not do any. I guess something else I was doing, so I didn't do any this week. To be straightforward, so I didn't do any
Okay.
contacts.
Appreciate that honesty, but
Yeah,
and how about
because
Okay, no excuses. That's fine.
Yeah.
So what will you do going forward to bring those numbers up?
I have tomorrow set aside 2 hours to follow up or do my calls. I have still on the list that is not completed. So
Excellent,
tomorrow
excellent.
yeah.
And so just text me your total by the end of tomorrow, please.
I will.
Okay. Or if you're working Saturday, Sunday, it can go to that too.
Yeah.
Okay, Mary Ellen, you have your hand up. You're muted. I'll unmute you. You got
Okay,
it.
there we
Okay,
go.
good. Yeah.
Okay, well, our goal, our immediate goal, we are doing an event at the National Federation of the Blind Convention in New Orleans. We have many people who signed up as customers several years ago to get in on a draw for a waterfall. And they've been just kind of percolating along. We send out emails every 1 or 2 emails or more every week to people just to keep them in the loop. And so people have been percolating, and some are, they don't generally respond, but we have an open rate of about 30% or more, which is pretty good for,
It's very good. If anybody knows about
yeah.
email
Yeah,
openings.
so
Yeah.
I've been calling people and working my way down this list. And so far I've left 9 messages. There were 4 people that their phone numbers were not correct, so I couldn't leave messages.
Mhm.
We have 6 people who say they're coming. We have one of our executives who's bringing a guest and a senior couple who senior in both ways, a senior in NECAN and seniors who say they're coming just to be supportive, and then a couple of new people who are coming too. We have let's see, one person who isn't interested herself, but she wants to be an active connector. And she's somebody who does that regularly for people I know her well. And so that's a good thing. We have a person who is interested in wellness, but wouldn't commit because she had a conflict at that time, but she's open to us talking later. We have one person who won't be coming to the convention at all, and she's a customer but doesn't want to do anything related to the business. And then we have one person who won't be coming to the convention but is in the process now. I just sent him 2 videos and we're going to be talking. So he's watching the NECAN one on biomimicry and Balanced Life, Happy Life. And we'll talk tomorrow, see where he is after watching that. And then we'll do product night and work to get him on Mike's call next Thursday if he's interested, if he's still interested. So that's my report.
Okay, thank you. And that's really great. So you've got somebody firmly in the process. And I'd like to suggest that if he's still interested is off the table. All you've asked him to do is complete the process so he can make an informed decision.
Yeah, we're going to talk after he watches the first 2 videos, and
Right.
then I'll send him the product night call on the wellness home. The other thing is that the way we've structured this event, we'll take people through the process in one evening. That's the intention, and do it in a duplicatable way so that people will see how that could work for them. So
Yeah, great, great. So any ABCs so far?
any which?
ABCs,
Uh,
3 ways.
No, the videos, but not any
Okay.
in-person 3 ways
Okay.
yet.
All right. So videos, not people. Okay, great. And so how many contacts this week so far?
Oh, I was counting them. I think like, I think I've talked to 10 people and left 9 messages, I
Okay,
think.
with just the ones you reached, so 10. That's great.
10,
That's great,
yeah.
Mary Ellen. Okay, good numbers. All right. See, wow, we are really a rock and rolling team. Paul, do you want to add to and give in your numbers, number of people you've talked to, and 3
Yeah.
ways? Yep.
I have texted probably people, but these are a lot of people that I already know and they're in the process. They're customers or consultants. I've done something that excites me immensely. I have finally categorized on WhatsApp all of the videos that are available on YouTube. So first start, product testimonials, business testimonials, humans being more, why NECAN. I have all these categories, and then I can just add people to a chat group for each of these categories. Not that we want to chat then or there, but it's just a repository so that everything can be found so easily. So I've done that. And so this business testimonial that I found a really short one with Mike, and I sent it to everybody on the different chats.
Yeah, I
I
saw that,
loved
and
it.
it's great. Yeah, it's
It's
a little
and so
outdated. It was done
that
7
doesn't
years
matter.
ago. Yeah, I know.
It's content. It doesn't matter if it's the date
Absolutely.
is different.
Yeah.
And so I haven't. I haven't talked to anybody new, but I've made lots of contacts with people to kind of perhaps re-energize them. I don't know why, but I'm totally re-energized by finally making some order into all this glut of information that we have.
Well, Paul,
So
I want to really acknowledge you for that is a huge job. And when you're organized like that, it does give us more energy, doesn't it? It really helps us to focus better. So good job.
Is that something you can share with us?
the only where I can share it is to add you in these different groups that so I guess if you want me to, and the thing is, if I add you to the group, it doesn't give you what I've already put there,
That's
but
right.
I have to kind of re-put it all in for you. But who was that who asked that?
It's Paula, and I'm just wondering if you had that list in either a Word or an Excel document
Oh,
or
no,
something like
no,
that.
it's all on WhatsApp. But Paula,
Oh,
do you have a way of contacting me? I'd be happy to help to send
I I
to
can
put.
create a document, I believe, with those things. And I can put the document on the chat.
The
That would be
document
brilliant. Yeah,
with the
put it in the
links.
WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah,
With
with the links. Yeah, I will have to figure out how to do it, but I'm sure it can be done. So
Mm-hmm.
that'd be
I
great.
think
you did
that
the hard work of pulling them together. The least I can do is help by making a document. So
right. I would find that really helpful. Everybody else, they
Yeah.
can't see, say yes or
yeah, I knew everybody would want, but that's the thing. I have to uh, invite. If people just give me, how do I make? I think I know who's on this list, right? Because I can check who's there.
yeah.
So okay, at
And it
first,
sounds like Mary Ellen's going to do the heavy lifting on that, Paul, since you've done all the rest of it. So
yeah,
okay,
you've done
well,
the hard stuff. I can do the
all right.
easy stuff. I just have to do a little bit of figuring on how to copy. So
yeah, and yeah,
Another
I know
way
you
of
can do
doing
that.
this might be with Dropbox too, because you can send stuff out too. You
I
can
don't have
share on the phone.
Dropbox. There's
Easy
no
to
free,
get.
I know, but there's no
well,
free Dropbox anymore. I had one and it's full and I refuse to pay the bucks that they want. So
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I need it to do other things, so I did pay. But yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
Mary Ellen, you can kind of work
I'll
on.
put together a document and then we can just add to it as people find more things. So,
Great. Thank you. And Mary Ellen, kind of keeping in mind the launch strategy as an outline would be helpful too, perhaps.
an outline of,
Well, the list of the audios, contacting and
Oh,
inviting. Yeah.
yeah, Paul has categorized them.
no, but
Yeah.
I'm going to put the seminar. So this seminar that we're doing, there'll be an order. And then I think that would be maybe the easiest thing for me to do. Once I have this seminar, it'll be very easy for me to put the order we're doing it in. And
Mm-hmm.
then people can be led into that seminar group. In fact, yeah, I can do that. I can invite everybody into I'll call it seminar. So it can be anything. I mean, I guess because I'm a professor, but people can use it for whatever purpose they want. But for
Right.
us, it's a 3 hour seminar and there'll be an order, a very specific order. And then and so, we're going to bring people up to the Thursday night point, and then
Mm-hmm.
Mike will come in at that point. But he will know that they've gone
Right.
through Tuesday and Wednesday with some actual live product demos, so that by the time he gets there, it'll be his Thursday, even though we're doing it.
That's a really brilliant way to do it, Paul and Mary Ellen. I mean, that really follows the system and that allows Mike to have, the audience prepared. That's really good.
Okay,
We have to
so
talk to him about it, but we
well,
will.
I'm sure he'll be happy.
I'm
No,
sure
you
he'll be
already did.
happy.
You talked to him. He
Yeah,
said he would
he
do it.
said he'll be available. He just wanted more details. So
Well,
Yeah. Great.
I will.
yeah.
That's wonderful. So, any challenges or anything you want to talk about, Paul, in addition to the work you've been doing here? This looks pretty impressive.
Just I had a question for Leo. I loved your system, Leo, that you sent us.
Yeah.
Now you start, I think, when you introduce people with that network marketing little video with Robert
Yeah.
Kiyosaki, and then you follow up with that PDF of making my first 10 million.
Yeah.
I find that I don't get. I send the Robert Kiyosaki thing for the first thing. It doesn't seem to move people, so I want to know how you're getting people. And even if I sent the 10 million, it's way over their head. So how have you dealt with that?
Okay. First of all, when I speak with the English people, okay, is
Yeah,
not toujours, not the same,
not always.
not always the same language because sometimes I share the mic video, mic
The
presentation
15-minute one?
yeah,
That one?
yeah,
Okay.
and I send that just I be start with this one, okay, many times. Okay, I start with this one, but for English people, because if I made a contact business or contact product, to depend how the conversation. Okay, this my I go with my feeling. When I asked her, "What are you doing for a living?" and she said, we have my home business, blah blah blah." Fine. Or she don't have a business. To depend the conversation I have
Right.
with her. Tu comprends, oui.
Yeah.
So majority of time I share to Mike first. I just shared this one. I said I got to send by you already received on the chat. I sent to you video for my coach Mike Dimoto. He became a
Yes.
multimillionaire, blah blah blah, because the English people, except most in USA, like when you say millionaire. You like that name. But here, French Canadian, ooh, he's scared
Okay.
of that word. That's why
Interesting.
French Canadian, I have to go lazy because if I said millionaire, Leo, you see, you don't.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know that. My Paul, you come from Montreal, you know
Yeah,
that.
I can see.
But for the American, said no, he like that. That was a multimillionaire, and he showed me how to become one. Oh, interesting. I shared the video to Mike, and the other one I said, here's the video. If you're still interested to know about Five Pillar of Health, I have some more. And I have a mini video from Nika Incorporate. Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And if she have a question about network marketing, that's what I showed to Kiyosaki. And
Okay.
okay.
But you start with that 15-minute video that you put in your system. I know exactly which one. I don't know
Yeah.
if other people do. I know where it is and can send it to people if you don't. But that's going to be, I'm going to start with that little business. I know it's outdated a little bit, but the same thing. To start with Mike, it's a wonderful. He's wonderful tools since since people are going to be getting to talk to him later in the process. It's so nice to lead with him,
Mhm.
and it's like now 15 minutes. That's the only thing. It's 15 minutes. Sometimes I find even that is a little too long. So that little business testimonial that I sent this morning, I think it's 5 minutes or something. So anyway, I know that new people, they want it pretty short, and the advantage of it being short is we can say, can you listen to it in the next 20 minutes or something? Since it's only 5 minutes, it can tighten up that coupling. But thanks
Good.
for answering my question.
Okay, thank you, Paul. And let's go to Michelle. Michelle, you look like you're still feeling a little under the weather. I don't want to keep you waiting. Can you tell us how many contacts and ABCs so far this week and how many people in the process?
People in the process, as far as business goes, one. She is a new consultant. It's a matter of figuring out her why.
Mm-hmm.
She's stuck there.
Okay.
13 new contacts, one video as an ABC, one follow-up, which we concluded to support each other. And Paul, could you share how to get a hold of that 15-minute video, either Paul or Leo?
Yes, I can.
Please, if you could share that on the WhatsApp, that would be awesome for all of us.
Thanks, Paul.
In this group, in this team
Yeah.
expansion. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's been an off week for me, so yeah, when I started looking at what I've accomplished, I'm quite surprised actually. That's
You're a
what I have.
powerhouse, Michelle. Good. I know that you haven't been feeling well, so that's pretty epic, I'll tell you. Good job. Okay,
Thank you.
Paula. Sorry, Michelle, were you finished?
Thank you.
Okay. Paula?
I've got one person in the process, and I've got 7 people that I've connected with. No,
Mhm.
sorry, 6 that
Okay.
I've connected with. I've also run into a couple people who do other different network marketing things.
Mm-hmm.
Today I spoke to somebody who does Legal Shield,
Mm-hmm.
and I've also talked to people who do Norwex.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to sit down and ask them to explain their compensation plan to
Mhm.
me, because I don't think anybody has anything like We Accelerate. And there was something
Yes.
that Mike said in his training about when you do sales, you make the retail commission, but the We Accelerate is only made when other people do stuff. So I thought that that was quite brilliant. I got to watch his video again to see exactly how we worded it because I thought that was brilliant.
Great. Okay, good.
And I think it's a good way to talk to other network marketers because most of them aren't making a ton of money. And just ask them, are you open to diversifying your income?
Yeah, because there's no conflict of interest between Legal Shield and
No.
Nikan or Norwex and Nikan.
No.
So
No,
different
so
products.
if you pick a company that's not selling any kind of competitive product,
Mhm.
I mean, some of the cosmetic ones, maybe, but
Yeah.
all the other things, I think that that would be not a problem at all. And I think that once you explain the We Accelerate, it might really pique their interest because
Mhm.
you know what? You don't even need to do it. Can you refer people to me and I'll
Yeah.
share the We Accelerate with you?
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, Paula. So any ABCs so far?
No, I'm hoping after Monday, maybe.
Okay, so for next week, that's good. Okay. So one person completely in the process. That's amazing. Okay, Maureen.
Oh, okay. So it's been an interesting week. I have made 5 new contacts, not phoning. I've been doing a lot of writing and the emails or messenger. Partly because some people I don't have the phone numbers, so email or messenger is the way to go. One person, their contact stuff was all work related, so I didn't think it was appropriate, but I had their personal home address, so I mailed it. Just got a email back today, so she's received it. She's going on holiday. She says she will look at it when she goes back. And just from some of the things she said, the growth for me was that she's a busy person. She works from home. She does all this these crafts, these Zooms for the community living up in Alliston. And my son is actually on one of her Zooms. So I guess she's involved with a lot of things. So she immediately time, not in the negative sense. The growth for me was I didn't take the bait. I basically said, I emailed her back, wished her good vacation and assured her that the check I'd sent was in the mail. And I said to her, time's only a challenge if you're interested. So if you're not, then it's like the World War II motto, keep calm and keep on going. And at the end of the email, I said, have a good vacation. And as Irma Bombeck said, don't sweat the small stuff. So I have a feeling by not taking the bait, it's just possible she might get curious after 2 or 3 days of vegging and look at the videos that I suggested she look at. I don't know, and it's okay. But a number of the contacts I made are what I call my bold moves. So Diane was by mail and a card and just a whim. Tuesday on my way out of the Y, I passed the gentleman going upstairs as I was going down that I wanted to give a card to, and I'd already written it out. Again, I didn't have contact information, just that he works at the Y, so I gave it to him. He was off today, I guess, so I haven't heard back. The third one was messengering another person I also knew from the Y, is at another Y now. So what is being the big, bold thing is that rather than pussyfooting around in my request for help or invitation to join the team and hoping that they'll read between the lines, I can come right out and said, I'd like you to consider joining my team. If it's not for you, then, refer me. And so for me, this has been a big step. So that's one big step. The second big step was squelching down the negative, panicky thoughts that come to mind when somebody like yourself says, well, there'll be an executive at the end of the month. And I'm going, and then I'm thinking, no, we don't know how this will come. And besides, it's not the 30th yet. So working on my mindset and squelching things, because I have done an ABC and I was the A. So that was last Sunday. It was unexpected. I'm now a Nika grandma because my executive now has a new consultant and we're going to have to be working with her. The couple of days this week, it was back and forth with the text because there was issues with the shipping, so everything was showing up as shipping costs, but it was free shipping and nobody understood. And so I did some figuring out, sorted it out with them. All is good.
Good.
But that takes time, as you know.
Right.
So let me see where I'm at. Follow up from my sister-in-law out in Edmonton. So she doesn't want to be in it, but she will be a connector, and she has a number of products that she's either bought from me or I gave for, Christmas or birthday or something. So people ask her about them. So I've already sent a link to the gloves to the gentleman who asked about the gloves that she was wearing. Let me see. Contact, yes. Okay. So I also committed to giving Michelle my purpose at the end of last weekend. She very nicely tweaked it, which I actually threw into one of my emails. When you talked about going to customers to see if they are interested, actually, that's one of the contacts I did this week. Haven't heard back. She wasn't at the gym today, so that's somebody to follow up on. But I did actually boldly ask her if she wanted to join. And I had actually reevaluated her on one of my silent walks around the block. I had thought that knowing what I know of her, she was probably a 10 rather than I think the 7 I originally gave her. So that's where I'm at, squelching negative things. The next big, bold move is to follow up on some of the people that haven't replied. So for me, believe it or not, negative or no's would be an exciting thing because at least you can take them off your list.
Yes, exactly. Good.
And I'm reading 3 books at the same time. I don't read.
Wow.
I read a novel at night because that's my only downtime. But I'm doing the Leo's Think and Grow Rich. I've got the new The Answer, and I do like Dean
Graziosi.
Yes, because he talked about not working on skills that you needed that they kind of made you feel inadequate, and to actually build your strengths, because then you've got confidence to do the other things. So my strength is I'm a really good writer. So I write emails, I write messengers, I write notes to people and edit them and spell check them and all that sort of thing. And that's my strength. I can really flow easily when I write. I fumble along when I'm on the phone. So I'm working with my strength and see where that takes me.
That is such a good awareness to have, Maureen. Good for you. And I like what Dean is saying because, the other thing we can do with the things we're not good at is have people join our downline who are good at those things. So that's taken care of. That's wonderful. And you hit on a really good point that I haven't talked about today. Follow up, follow up, follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. So think about that for next week. Still need to hear from Leo and then we'll close. So Leo, what's your contacts and ABCs and things for this week?
Oh, I'm very busy to do a video to share to my Facebook wall. If you want to go see it. And the last video, just 2 days ago, 268 view. The other one before 428 view, and the other one before 663 view.
Wow, that's
I'm
really
very,
great.
I'm very excited to do a video for Facebook, and I do another video for the private group for my Nikan group. When I finished this Zoom, I made a video for share the video of Mike yesterday.
Yeah.
I listened this afternoon because I can translate in French. You see, and I got to share to my group
Good.
when I finish the Zoom. I made 3 or 5 contacts every day. A lot
Every
of
day?
coaching every day. Oh, yeah,
Wow.
minimum.
So what's your total going to be for the week, Leo? I want to put that in here. So that if you did 5 days a week, that would be 25, 20?
7 days. I work 7.
Going 7
7.
days a week.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't work. I have fun. I do. It's easy for me to do the contact cold call, or I go to the terrace Sunday for take a beer, and I just say hi to a guy. I said, "Are you Mexican?" He said, "No." It's okay. Hi, same thing. I go to sit. He come back and say, "Hey, come sit with me." Of course, he paid me a beer, a lunch, and I share my video.
Wow, so
Easy.
I'm going
And
to put
just-
you down for 30. If you're doing 7 days a week, at least
maybe
3 to
30,
5. So
and I do everyday coaching with my group,
yeah.
personal coaching. I'm busy
What-
with I made a lot of motivation.
Good. What about ABCs? Have you had a chance to do any
No,
ABCs?
not yet, not yet.
Yet,
So
okay.
I do a lot with the video of me
Yeah.
because
That's good.
I
That's
made a
good.
new contact every day, but
Mhm.
I do a lot of follow-up.
And how
I
many
made a lot.
people are in the process with you now? Said, yes, I want to know about it all.
Just this month, I signed it already 3, 4. And I work for 2 more for beyond for the
And when you say
Roger.
sign up, what are they signing up as customers,
I
wholesale
consultant,
customers, or business partners?
business partner. I coach them for that.
Okay, are they executive?
Not yet,
Not yet.
but maybe one tonight or tomorrow.
Okay,
First.
good. So we're looking at 3 definitely in the process because they've already signed up and they may get to executive. Okay, great, wonderful. Okay, and I need to talk to Marissa and Paul. I didn't write down how many contacts you made. I think I was listening and it didn't hoist it in. So can you tell me again how many contacts you made this week? You're on mute, Paul.
I think he said 10.
Well, yeah, I had 10, but I had 10 beside Mary Ellen, and I thought I didn't put 10 beside Mike, but he did say 10, didn't he?
I think so.
Okay, let's see if we can.
5.
5. Okay,
Oh,
good,
5?
thanks. 5. All right, and you did ABCs with videos and so on and so forth. So I'll talk to Marissa before I have to put my report in tomorrow with my project. So I think we've done it again. We've exceeded the 5 per person. So that would be we're way beyond that. That's good because next week it starts 10 a week, 2 a day. Okay, so we're ramping up next week, and I think you've all really flexed your muscles, and I'm so proud of all of you. I can see growth in so many ways. Paula, I want to really acknowledge you because you didn't say one but today. You were just on the positive vibe, which is fantastic. Fantastic. So good job. Thanks, Michelle. Did everybody hear that? Happy long weekend to everybody. Lots of chances to talk to people out around barbecues or whatever. I know in Ontario, is that heat wave still taking everybody out? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We got what? Rain today.
Oh, well, that's helpful maybe. It's yeah. Anyway, take care of yourselves. I'll be sending things out regularly on, then you can always call me. As you know, I like to touch base personally with each of you during the week. So any other quick
And
questions? Because I have to get on a
July
bus.
10th, we're not available on the Thursday, the 10th, because we're
Okay,
in New Orleans, so it's a big convention. So.
right. So that I understand that. Can everybody else be on next Thursday at 3? Then?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
Paul Merritt? Okay, good. Leo?
Well, yeah, next Thursday we can, just not the 10th. Can somebody tell me, I heard the books Think and Grow Rich and The Answer, and someone mentioned a third book that sounded intriguing, but I missed it.
That would be Dean Graziosi's the $1 million success. Oh no, the Millionaire Success Habits or something like that. Dean
Yeah.
Graziosi.
Yeah, he's
Graziosi,
good.
okay, thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Any other closing remarks? This is great.
Oh, just were you going to at some point ask about other dates and times?
Yeah. Well, I was asking if everybody can be on next Thursday. I think I got a yes from everybody, and I'd like to keep that consistent going forward if that works for everybody, because then I don't have to keep looking at that fourth Thursday.
I'm good for 3.
Yep.
Me
Yep.
too.
Good. Okay, great. Thank you. Leo's nodding. Maureen? Paula?
I'm good, not happy about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What could we do to make
It's-
that better?
Change it.
To what? What would work? Because
No, it's just that it's right in supper time. But all I did today was make it earlier, so it's
Oh, okay.
doable. It's doable.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, love you guys. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.